I wasn't planning this trip. I was researching something completely different when I came across a photo of a narrow stone tunnel underground. At first, I thought it was just another cave system somewhere in Europe. But then I read the name, Derinkuyu Underground City. That's when I booked a ticket. In 1963, a man renovating his house knocked down a wall and discovered a hidden room. That hidden room led to tunnels. Those tunnels led to an entire underground city that had been forgotten for centuries. There's something different about places like this. It's not just history you're looking at. It's survival. It's engineering. It's human instinct carved into stone. This place once sheltered around 20,000 people. 20,000. Underground. Families, children, elderly, livestock, all hidden beneath the surface of the earth. I don't really know what I'm expecting. Photos don't show scale properly. Videos don't show how the air feels. Underground spaces have a way of changing your breathing. And today, I'm going to find out what this place actually feels like. After landing in Cappadocia, the landscape already feels unusual. The terrain looks soft, almost sculpted. Volcanic rock formations stretch across the horizon. It feels ancient even before you go underground. The reason this underground city exists here is because of the volcanic rock. It's called tuff, soft enough to carve but strong enough to hold structure. That combination made it possible to dig not just tunnels, but entire living spaces beneath the ground. Historians believe parts of Derinkuyu date back to around the 8th or 7th century before Christ. Some researchers think the foundations could be even older. But what makes this place different isn't just its age. It's how advanced it was. This wasn't just a hiding spot. It had ventilation shafts bringing fresh air from the surface. It had wells for water. It had storage rooms for food, kitchens. It even had churches. This wasn't temporary shelter. This was a fully functioning underground ecosystem. Standing outside the entrance now, it doesn't look dramatic. In fact, it looks surprisingly small. If you didn't know what was beneath your feet, you could easily walk past it without thinking twice. That's the strange part about it. Something massive hidden beneath something ordinary. Once you step inside, the temperature drops immediately. The air feels cooler, thicker somehow. The staircase going down is narrow. Stone walls press in on both sides. The ceiling is low enough that you instinctively lower your head while walking. And this is just the beginning. The first chamber opens up slightly, and you can see carved sections in the walls. This area was used for livestock. That alone changes how you imagine this place. They brought animals underground with them. That means they expected to stay here for extended periods of time. Days, maybe even weeks. You can see feeding troughs carved directly into the stone. Everything feels intentional, designed, planned. This wasn't panic digging. This was preparation. As you move deeper, the sound changes. Footsteps echo differently underground. Even quiet movement feels amplified. I keep trying to imagine what it must have been like during an invasion. Thousands of people moving quickly through these same tunnels. Oil lamps lighting the walls. Whispers instead of normal conversation. Children trying not to cry. And above them, on the surface, danger. There's no natural light down here. Today there are installed bulbs for visitors, but centuries ago it would have been darkness except for firelight, which makes the ventilation system even more impressive. There are vertical shafts carved deep into the earth that allow fresh air to circulate through multiple levels. Without those shafts, survival down here wouldn't have been possible. The engineering is subtle but intelligent. And this is only the upper levels. There are still many floors below. The deeper you go, the narrower it gets. The walls feel closer. The ceiling drops lower. At some points, you have to turn your body sideways just to pass through. It's hard to imagine thousands of people moving through these same passages calmly. There's a certain weight to the air down here. Not heavy exactly, but enclosed, controlled. And then you start noticing something unusual carved in the walls beside certain tunnels. Massive circular stone doors. They look like giant stone wheels, thick and heavy, positioned to roll across the passage and seal it shut. Some of them weigh hundreds of kilograms. Once rolled into place, they could only be opened from the inside. That means if invaders somehow found the entrance and made it into the upper levels, the people below could seal themselves off, layer by layer, level by level. It's a defense system built underground. Standing next to one of these stone doors makes you realize how serious this place was. This wasn't just a temporary hiding spot. This was a strategic refuge. As I moved further down, the tunnel split into multiple directions. Some lead to small rooms, others descend even deeper. There are rooms that were used for kitchens. You can see blackened ceilings where smoke once gathered. There are storage areas carved directly into the rock walls. And then there's something unexpected. An underground church. It's not massive, but it's distinct. A slightly wider chamber with carved arches and a higher ceiling compared to the surrounding tunnels. Even underground, faith had a place here. That detail says a lot. This wasn't just survival. It was life continuing beneath the surface. I tried to imagine the sound of voices echoing in this chamber. Prayers whispered underground while the world above remained uncertain. Further down, the passage becomes steeper. The air feels cooler again. There's less visitor traffic here, fewer footsteps, fewer voices. And then you reach one of the most impressive features of this city, the main ventilation shaft. It drops straight down into darkness. When you look down, you can't see the bottom clearly. It connects multiple levels, allowing air to circulate through the entire structure. Some sections of this shaft were also used as wells, providing water to people below. Without this system, nothing here would have worked. It's easy to underestimate ancient engineering, but standing here, looking down into this vertical corridor carved by hand, you realize how calculated it all was. Every chamber, every tunnel, every doorway, built with purpose. There are still levels that remain closed to the public. Some areas are too narrow, others too unstable. Officially, only a portion of the city is accessible, which makes you wonder how much more remains unexplored. How many hidden sections are still buried or sealed? How deep does it truly go? At its deepest accessible point, the silence feels different. It's not just quiet, it's absorbing. Sound doesn't travel the same way. Your footsteps feel isolated. Your breathing feels louder than usual. And there's a strange psychological shift that happens underground. You lose your sense of direction. You lose your sense of time. There's no sunlight to anchor you, no sky to remind you where you are. Just carved stone and controlled air. It makes you think about the people who once depended on this place for survival. They didn't come down here for exploration. They came down here because they had no other choice. Above them could have been conflict, invasion, uncertainty. Down here was safety, controlled, hidden, protected. After spending time in the lower levels, the decision to head back up feels almost instinctive. Climbing upward, the tunnels slowly widen again. The air shifts slightly. The sound of distant voices grow louder. And then eventually, you see natural light. Stepping back into daylight feels different after being underground for that long. The sky looks brighter than usual. The open space feels wider. It's strange how quickly you adjust to the surface, but how deeply the underground lingers in your mind. 20,000 people once lived beneath this land. They cooked here, they prayed here, they raised children here, they survived here. And from the outside, you would never know. That's the part that stays with you. Something extraordinary, hidden beneath something ordinary. Derinkuyu isn't just an underground city. It's a reminder of how far humans will go to survive. And honestly, standing here now, knowing what's beneath my feet, the ground doesn't feel as simple as it did before. Next time, we might explore something even older. But for now, I think I need some fresh air.